Butler spent quite some time on a sailboat here recently. Just going to share a little bit of information about that. The journey of Tropic Bird continues. Ted Butler.
Before I begin, I'd just like to thank Barb for felicitating the nautical theme of my story so adeptly with your ensemble this evening.
Oh, really? Did you want me to stand
I
beside you?
almost feel like you should be up here in the boat with the shipmate. But imagine, if you would, that it's dark. And your eyes open at the sound of your alarm. And you take a look at your watch, and it says 2:40 a.m. And you realize that it's the start of your day. You get out of your bunk and you start making your way down the companionway. You reach to put your hand on the ceiling, but it actually feels more like putting your hand on the wall, because you noticed that the boat is now listing at about a 30-degree angle because you're on a port tack. As quietly as you can, you tiptoe past your sleeping crewmate, hoping not to wake them, just as a wave knocks you into the galley. Ouch! Yet another bruise to add to the many that you've gathered so far on this trip. The only illumination is a warm red glow coming from the little lamp above the chart table. You reach the aft head, which is what we call a bathroom on a boat. Close the door and you can turn on the light. Now you find yourself in a room that's literally 2 feet by 5 feet. And you're having to prop yourself up either with a hand, an arm, a shoulder, or even your head, because at that 30-degree angle and the motion of the boat, it's almost impossible to stand still. Now you're ready for your morning ritual. I don't mean that ritual. I mean the ritual of getting your foul weather gear on so you can go up above deck. The first thing we do is we put on our base layer, and that consists usually of polar fleece bottom and top. Next we put on our sailing boots, knee-high, insulated. Oh, I take that back. No, we don't put our boots on first. First of all, we put on our foul weather pants, voluminous yellow bibs with elastic straps and a big waterproof zipper. Then you put on your boots, knee-high, with drawstring around the top to prevent water from getting into them. The next thing you do is you struggle into your foul weather jacket with storm cuffs, double waterproof zipper, tall collar, and a hood. But you're not done yet, because next you have to put on your PFD and harness. PFD stands for Personal Flotation Device. Now, you may think of the orange vests that we wore maybe in our youth, but today, especially in modern sailing, personal flotation devices look more like something similar to a rolled towel that hangs around your neck, fastened tight with straps. And on the front are 2 large metal D-rings. And those D-rings are used to attach your safety line. You've got one line attached to you, and then the other line or the other end on a hook that you're going to attach to the tethers that run up and down each side of the sailboat. Before you head up, you're going to grab some snacks and a bottle of water. And then you turn to face the companionway, taking one last look to see if it's raining, if it's blowing, exactly what's going on. Climb up the stairs, and you're met by the warm, weary smile of your crew member who can't wait to be done with his watch and finally get a couple of hours of sleep. The first thing you do upon getting into the cockpit is attaching your safety line to the tether. On a sailboat, especially in the middle of the ocean, Safety is paramount. And when there's single people standing watch, making sure that there's a way to keep somebody close in case they fall overboard is really useful, because it may be 2 or 3 hours before somebody comes to check on you. There's nothing worse than the sight when you reach the cockpit and you see the tether going over the stern of the boat and there's nobody around. Thank goodness we didn't have any issues with that. You have a quick chat with your crew member, finding out what course you're on, report on what's showing up on the radar. A little bit of a conversation about the weather, and then they're out of there. They unclip, go down below, and you are now left in an incredible world. The sky above is like an illuminated snow dome. The stars are so bright 100 miles offshore. There's no light pollution. You might think that it's quiet that far away from land, but it's anything but. The wind is whistling through the rigging. The waves are splashing against the side of the hull and breaking alongside you. And at times you can hear your own heart beating and racing as you're trying to manage a sailboat under full sail in the dark. Before you, you have the illuminated radar and GPS screen, and then a bank of other gauges: wind speed, wind direction, land speed, and those are your companions for the next 3 hours. Your job is to keep the boat headed the proper heading, keep it safe, keep your eyes open for any boats that are coming close to you, usually through the radar. But you're left with 3 hours of absolute bliss, surrounded by nature, in an incredible sea, holding on for dear life at times as this magnificent steed that you're trying to harness is pulling you closer and closer to your intended destination, San Diego. And you're happy.